Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How are we today, gentlemen?
All good, all good. Yep. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Haven't seen you guys in some time, right? Just to wish you guys, and of course all the guys in chats, right? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm good. Right, as usual, I'll be on for a short while. I'll just give my 2 pence, and then that's all I have. 2 pence at the moment. Can't afford any more than that, right? Being Spurs, can't afford any more than that. But no, life is good, right? We're into the new year. Prior to the new year, we beat Crystal Palace. We were all up in the high. Then on the 1st of January, it all came crashing down again, as usual, right? When have we not been through this, guys, right? We three, I think, we are old timers, right? We've seen it all this before. We got our Tottenham back. That's why I say I don't want this Tottenham back. But the only thing is that I'm happy that Levy's not here. But the only sad thing is that Frank is boring the shit out of me, right? And he's been confusing the shit out of me, boring the shit out of me, and there's no inspiration to do YouTube anymore from Frank, apart from actually bashing him, which I don't want to, right? Because to tell the truth, why? Because if we bash him, another manager comes in, we go into that stage again. But the thing is that I can't stand it anymore, right? The way that he sets up, the way that we play ball, and no matter how bad we were last season, at least I enjoyed it. You get what I'm saying? And I enjoyed being bad. You get what I'm saying? This season, I'm not enjoying being bad. I'm just falling asleep. And I didn't even do the watch along for the Brentford game. I watched it in my bed, right? And I was holding my phone, and when you're lying down, you're holding your phone, right? And you keep falling asleep, the phone keeps falling on your face, right? And I was doing that a couple of times. Imagine how bad it was. So, am I supposed to blame him? I'm not going to put the blame on him, because we've been through this for the past 25 years. We've seen our club, right, reach a certain level and then we regress, right? We've seen it when we were chasing after Leicester. Imagine we were chasing after Leicester for the league title and we regressed. And we went to the Champions League final and we regressed. We won a trophy last season, guys. We won a trophy last season and we've regressed. So this is like we call PTSD, deja vu. Repetitive cycle that we go through being a Spurs fan, right? But the only hope now is that ENIC is here, and I want to see the moves done quickly, right? I'm giving ENIC 1 week into the January transfer window. It's already past 4 days now. The only thing that has been done is that we've released Brenda, right? Adios, Brenda. Good luck in Crystal Palace. Thank you for the goal or not the goal of the Europa League final. There's still a big dispute there whether he actually touched the ball or was it actually pushed in by Onana. Yeah, thanks to Onana, right? But it's still credited to him, so we still have to give him that credit, because officially Brenda scored that goal, right? So we will always be thankful for him for that scenario. If he wasn't there, right, the ball wouldn't have flown in or wouldn't have trickled in, right? So most probably he scared the shit out of Onana and the ball, or he scared the ball, or the ball ran away from him and jumped into the net. What else can I say? And as being a Spurs fan during the transfer window, of course we are being monitoring, linked to, interested in, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Still no players. Hey Guy, big up. Yeah, Guy is joining us too.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, we're doing well. Yeah, I'm just gonna have my two. Yeah,
I'm more looking forward to the January sales.
Yeah. No, I'm just giving my 2 pence before I make a move to head back to start up the show. Are you free to join me for the watch along later?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
All right. Let's bore ourselves to death again, right? Against Sunderland. So as I'm saying, right, being at this juncture as a Spurs fan, right, there's this big divide, right? And it's to tell the truth, this big divide, right? It's not to say it's never been there. This big divide has always been there, right? And of course, I thought we would unite the fan base last season if we had kept Ange, because we won the trophy. It would have united the players. It would have had some kind of winning mentality built there. And if Ange fucked up in the first 10 games, right, we've been united to get him out. You get what I'm saying? All of us be shouting Ange out by then, right? But the problem is that Ange was, sacked even before the transfer the summer ended. right? Frank was brought in. And whilst Frank was being brought in, I heard the stories about he's such a good coach. He'll bring the best out of his players. Our squad is not that shit, blah, blah, blah. But now, everything's flip-flopped, right? Oh, the squad is shit. Frank can't do shit with these players. Bro, make up your frigging mind. Because to tell the truth, right, I'm one of the only few, right, who don't care. I was Ange, don't care. But the only thing I cared is Ange brought me the trophy, right? I was so happy. Guy, we were all there. We were deludedly from Frankfurt onwards, right, to win that trophy. And he bought us a trophy. If he didn't win us a trophy, I'd been Ange out too. Because that was his the litmus test for him. But now we brought Frank in, right? And Frank don't care too, because to tell the truth, right, if these owners, right, Lewis's, right, no, we know Daniel Levy is gone, to tell the truth, right, and all those people who said protests won't work, blah, 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 right, it worked, Levy's gone, and now, let's see what the Lewis's will do, right, now we're going to see Enoch, what Enoch's going to do, right, step one, Brenda is gone, so step two, who the fuck is going to replace him? That's my question, right? We have to replace him. We need goals. We need a left winger. We need an 8. We need actually defenders. We don't need defenders to tell the truth, right? We have a plethora of defenders, right? But then the question comes in, right? If we bring in real quality players, yeah, and if Frank doesn't make the cut next season, right, he gets sacked, right? The new manager comes in can actually build on those quality players, right? If we do bring in real quality players. But if we bring those, going to be potential. Oh, guys, I got one thing to say, right? We've been signing players for potentials, right? For so many years. Now we've signed a manager for potential too. Think about it, right? He's potentially going to bring us somewhere. Yeah, potentially, right? And we sacked the manager who actually brought us somewhere. So, yeah, let that sink in. So, all I got to say, I'm not Frank in, I'm not Frank out. I'm Frank don't care. As I was Ange don't care, because when Levy said we got our Tottenham back, I said I don't want this fucking Tottenham unless we are challenging or actually going to win the league, right? Then I will want that Tottenham back, right? This Tottenham, ever since, right, at least he's got us a trophy, right? Ange is gone, Levy's gone. Now we're stuck with Frank and the Lewises, and then there's the drama behind there where the Paratici is going to stay. And why do we need 2 footballing directors? One is Lange, one is Paratici, right? It's now you got. That's why I think the club has confused Frank. Frank has confused the players, right? And Frank has confused the fan base, right? And every time we see us go out and play football, we are bored. To be honest, right? And the worst part is, right, the away fans were the hardcore supporters, right? Like Guy used to be an away fan too, right?
I went to Crystal Palace, remember?
Yeah, and we won, remember? Right? And the away fans booed the players, booed Frank, and started cheering boring Tottenham Hotspur. There is something really bad going on. If tonight, right, or I mean, for you guys, it's in the afternoons, right? If for me, it's tonight, right? If we go back into that cycle again, imagine we had about what 2,000 fans in. No, I don't even had 2,000 fans in Bournemouth, because Bournemouth only had 11,000 capacity, right? So if we had about 500 fans in Bournemouth singing that at Frank, right? Imagine if the players turn up and put up the kind of shit performances that we put up against Brentford. To tell you, Brentford was shit, right? And we were shit. And when that game, right, you know what I saw? I saw Frank ball on both sides. Both sides were playing Frank ball, guys. I was going, what?
Brentford versus New Brentford. It was Brentford versus New Brentford.
Oh, I think it was called Brentford FC, and was it Brentford Hotspur or something like that? Brentford Hotspur.
Brentford Dons.
Yeah. So okay. So if that happens, imagine, guys, if that happens in this tonight's game in this stadium, right? Imagine 60,000 fans turn on Frank, right? Or to tell the truth, I don't think we're getting capacity nowadays. Maybe 50,000 fans. I think the fans they're so bored now. They don't even want to look at Guy. Guy's giving up his season tickets, right? He rather sit at home with me and do a watch along. I'm so sorry, guys, but that's the truth, right? We have to look at the truth. There were a lot of people talking about a lot of things which is gone in reverse. And I've been saying this, right? This is karma. hitting us in the face is because that we got rid of a manager that won us things, right? And we thought that this manager would bring us to the next level. But to tell the truth, right, we always calculated that he ain't that guy, because a lot of us actually wanted Glasner, right? Because he's a proven winner, blah, blah, blah. Frank has not won shit in his whole career, blah, blah, blah. So it is what it is. All I can say is that I do pray for Frank, right? I hope he gets it right. I don't want him to see another manager sack, because we go into that cycle again. That's what a lot of fans are going, a lot of fans are in the PTSD mode. We don't want to see this rinse and repeat over and over again. 18 months, new manager. We want to see a manager go prolong. But the question is, why didn't we give Ange the chance? And now we're giving Frank. And the worst part is that Frank is playing pragmatic football, and we are giving all this leeway. That's why I call him Teflon Frank, right? When Jose played pragmatic football, we hounded him out of the club. When Conte played pragmatic football, we hounded him out of the club, right? And I know you want to talk about Nuno, and Nuno's having a real bad time.
Glasner's a defensive manager as well.
Yeah, so. And we wanted Glasner, right? Glasner, a defensive manager as well. So the thing is that I don't understand what is wrong with our club, right? It's either you stick with one's philosophy. You always say we want to play the Spurs way, but these managers you bring in aren't managers playing the Spurs way. That's the weird part. So maybe that's why Daniel Levy's been sacked. Maybe that's why Frank is actually the interim, right? Whilst we're all waiting for Poch to come back, right? Because Poch is going to fuck up in the World Cup, to tell the truth, right? The way I see it, right? He ain't going to do anything with the Americans. The Americans can't do shit anyway, apart from, bomb Venezuela or something like that. And kidnap people's presidents, right? So that's what they do best, right? I mean, and FIFA gives him the Peace Award, which is I don't know what the fuck is going there.
The peaceful president. Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah. Of course he is. Hey, don't laugh, Jens. He's going to take Greenland from the Danes or the Swedish.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he wants Greenland, doesn't he? He's got Venezuela and Nigeria, because they're the ones with the what is it? Nigeria has the biggest gas output in Africa. And Venezuela has it in South America, but also they supply China. So that's we're
going to politics now. But guys, that's not it. Not going to politics. All I say, football is very simple, right? Win the games, no one complains. No matter how shit you are, what kind of shit football you play, you win your games, no one will complain, right? But you don't, this is the repercussion you're gonna get. So Thomas Frank, I wish you all the best, all right? And if tonight you don't show up, if the players don't show up for you, right, I think the board will have a big decision to make. But guys, I got to make a move. I'll be setting back for home and going home to set up the stream for later for the watch along. Guy will be joining us. Any of you guys want to join us? Let me know. Right. But take care. Enjoy the show. Right. Don't forget to subscribe, like to all the channels involved. Spurs Vision TV, Shellside Spurs, and of course, don't forget RickyVillaTV. Right. Give us a like. Smash the subscribe. Right, guys. And all those, all those YouTube things that we have to do, right? I'll catch you later, guy.
All right,
take care.
See you.
See you later, mate.
Bye. Take care. All right. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
All the best.
Bye. Right.
Where are we at?
Okay. Do we want to go over the Palace and the Brentford matches? Or should we just let that?
I can give you the rundown of the Palace match. Like I said in the chat, like the problem is there's been a lot of like results-based analysis apart from performance-based analysis. That Crystal Palace game was boring. It was boring.
Absolutely.
And like I say, a lot of people, just a little heads up, because a lot of the media, because like the media like to spin stuff. They were like, oh, Frank and the players weren't clapping the fans, the away fans. The away fans were chanting some really offensive, crazy shit. I'm not going to lie, because it was the first win we've had in a while, right? And the Palace fans were really up for it. So that was quite some fun. But yeah, it was a boring 1-0 Spurs. I only went because it was free. My mate had a free ticket. He was like, oh, do you want to come Selhurst Park? It's only 10 minutes bus ride away. You know whereabouts I live. I'm in between of like the Den, You know, I've got the Den, the London Stadium, Selhurst Park, the Valley. You know, so I was like, yeah, why not? Why not? It was, you know, it was a win. 3 points, we'll take it. But the problem is, it's results-based analysis, isn't it? We performed like dog shit in my eyes. We really did.
Yeah, no, that's very true. And looking at the team, it does seem like we're a bit down to bare bones now after that match with Bergvall getting injured.
Yep.
It's I thought, to be honest, with the Brentford game, they were saying that Gray played as an attacking midfielder. I thought he played more as a number 8.
No, he didn't. Look, the Gray glazing after he scored that goal has become off the charts. It's just been like, yeah, we told you Archie Gray's a good footballer. He scored 1 goal, bro. He scored a goal. Okay, cool. Look, he scored the winner. I'll take that. But, like, let's look at that lineup, right? You've got Archie Gray, can't progress the ball forward. Paulinho can't progress the ball forward. And Bentancur can't progress the ball forward. So that was, like, the most negative midfield I've ever seen in recent memory of Spurs playing history.
Yeah. Kev, can you remember a more negative central midfield 2 or 3?
No, because even in the bad days, you tried to put out a side that was going to attack. It barely couldn't, but they tried.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
And that is,
you go down fighting. You know.
That's the issue. It's the issue I have with this manager, is that you could see that he went and he didn't want to concede. And it's like, okay. And just wanted to attack and didn't really care about conceding, which I got rather fed up with, especially with the amount of losses.
Yeah.
But there must be a balance that you can strike, that you attack and defend. There's hundreds of teams out there who can do that. Why can't we?
Did you notice, guys, that they were playing the exact same style of football that we were? Yeah. It was the exact same style. Like I always say this, there's 3 ways you can progressive press, right? You do the Moussa Dembele thing, dribble through it. You could do the Tony Cruz thing, pass through it. Or you can do like the man-machine pitbull of Edgar Davids, just bully through it. None of that was there. None of that was there.
And the big problem is as well, when you talk about the Tony Cruz thing, we can't pass for shit.
We can't. Oh my god! And this is the thing. I'm going to put my cards on the table. I've given up on the Premier League, by the way, guys. I've completely given up. I've written it off. I'm going to go to the Aston Villa home game because it's an FA Cup game and it's 30 quid a ticket. I'm doing that. I'm meeting my mates. I'm saying, all right, this is the last home game I'm going to for the season if we lose this. If we lose it, what's the point? But this is just such negative football. It's just such negative football. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe you should go watch Dulwich Hamlet. I hear that's a good day out.
Yeah. Well, I'll go down Charlton. I'll go down the Valley, mate. Yeah. They're playing more exciting football, and it's Championship. There's a little bit more argy-bargy. But yeah, Kev, what did you think of that game, mate? Because you've got more experienced eyes. Because I went to the pub. I went to the pub. I fell asleep. I had my mates trying to keep me awake.
Which game are you talking about? You're talking about Palace game you're talking about?
Brentford.
No, the Brentford one.
Sorry, no, you talked about Palace a minute ago. Yeah, sorry, I didn't say. No, it was terrible. It was dross. I wanted to go bed at half time, but I thought, no, I'll hang on in there. You know, I'm sitting here watching it at home, and I'm thinking, this isn't what they're serving up here. It's not football. It's nothing ball. You know, there was no attempt to try and score a goal, really and truly. And you've got multi-million-pound players out there, you know.
I know. Yeah. And talking about passing, Ricky and Kev, we remember that Nottingham Forest game, which was an absolute shit show, right? We lost the ball 25 times. Guess how many times we lost the ball through unforced errors on this game? 25 times.
Yeah. I know, I was looking at them. I started counting them, but I gave up because there was too many. It's like, if it wasn't passing in Vicario kicking into play, into touch, and you got passes in between two players, and they both of them don't know what to do with it. It's just passing out through the touch line and passing to an attacker that's not there. Like Vicario, Richardson at the end. That kind of stuff. It's dross.
It's basic stuff. This is basic stuff. This is the thing. Look, I understand this whole look. I don't get into the debate whether the manager is shit or the players are shit, right? I think it's a bit of both, right? But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Passing. Look, my godkids play football. I play a bit of football, right? I play in pretty much 3 teams, yeah. I can tell you, obviously you don't get those patterns of play instantly. But the problem is, it's like, is this? Look, the manager has had what 5-6 months, and you're telling me on the training pitch that this isn't being focused on. How is this not being focused on?
The regression. Okay, it did start last season, but the regression of Pedro Porro, I have found out unbelievable. I think it was not probably the end of the season before last, or during the whole of that season. He was brilliant. He was getting up and down the wing. His defensive play is not great, but we kind of know that already.
Pinpoint long balls.
Yes, putting crosses in. In the Brentford match, I think he probably contributed to about 10 or 15% of our bad passes.
Easy.
And I find that unbelievable. Okay, he is a player who looks better in an Ange kind of team to a more defensive team, but still, if you do still get the chance to charge down the wing, there is still going to be Romero or Van der Ven covering for you. Well, Romero, and with the 3 defensive midfielders as well, surely one of them can drop back.
Isn't this just shocking that, like, no offense, and also Jed Spence, we're relying on Pedro Porro and Jed Spence to get the ball past the halfway line. That is shocking.
It's Jacques Santini type play, isn't it? Always told his fullbacks they weren't allowed to go over the halfway line. Sorry, Kev?
Why is Jed Spence playing the left back position? I don't know. It's just to accommodate him.
Yeah.
He seems to do okay, but he gets over the halfway line and it just turns away and it all falls apart, most of the time.
Yeah, he's predominantly left-footed. I don't think I've ever seen Jed Spence ever use his right foot. So the problem is when he goes up, he's got all he can do is cross the ball in. He's got no way of cutting in and let's face it, Odegaard. Oh,
yeah.
And the thing is, I know he's a young player, and he came out. Did you hear what he was saying about the home stadium playing at home?
No.
He's afraid of the Spurs fans playing at home.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the right temperament for football then.
That can't be right.
He's like, when I play at home, I get a little bit apprehensive. I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, playing at home is intimidating. Well, yeah, you're a kid. You came from Burnley, because remember, he did come from Burnley, but this ain't Burnley, mate. This ain't Burnley.
Where was he before that then?
I have to say that Burnley's rather intimidating as well. I don't know if you've heard that place when they get up for it, because they're a bunch of nutcases. I remember many years ago going to Watford versus Burnley, and we were confused about which was the home and which was the away end because it was first game of the season. And we were walking down the road and a bunch of Burnley fans were like, "Who the fucking hell are you?" And we were like, "Whoa, okay, this is the wrong way." So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at that lineup, as soon as that lineup came up, I was like, "Oh my god, he's playing not to lose." Yeah. He's just playing not to lose.
Yeah.
And if we know this, right? In modern football, especially in modern football, most goals come from the opposition making mistakes more than the team pushing forward, right?
Yep.
And you look at that and you go, Archie Gray makes mistakes. Paulinho is like a pit bull, tackling left, right, and centre, but doesn't progress. Bentancur can't pass to save his life. You got Porro, who's not on form at all. You got Jed Spence, who's only left-footed, and Van der Ven and Romero. Like, there are defenders, and that's it. It was so defensive. I was just like,
Yeah.
I can imagine this against Arsenal. I can imagine this against Arsenal, or well, Liverpool shit now, but I can imagine this against Liverpool. But like, can you imagine? I swear to God, he would play this lineup against West Ham. He would play it against West Ham.
West Ham would beat us.
Yeah.
Although they didn't last time, but yeah.
Kev, I think, Kev, you were asking where Odegaard was before Burnley.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So he was at a club called Troyes in France, but he started out his youth career at Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah.
So
it's high standard, yeah.
Yeah.
Troy,
what is he? He's 21 years old. He's a young fella again. He's been thrown at the deep end. It seems that we prefer to buy these youngsters for, I don't know how much. How much was he?
Not a lot. Not a lot.
Okay. But you look at Matthias Tell, 50 million. He can't even get off the subs bench.
He should be up front.
And again, he's another, he's one for the future. Yeah, but I'm sorry, we need something now. I know we have a fair amount of injuries. I never like to use that as an excuse because I believe you should have a team. Well, yeah, maybe not. But our main attacking threats, Kulusevski and Maddison and Solanke, are all out. And now that is, that's not very usual that happens, is it?
Yeah.
But the thing that also worries me is how, Solanke was meant to be out for 2 weeks. It's coming on for almost 3 months now. We knew Maddison was out for the whole season, so fine. But again, Kulusevski, they were saying, we'll be back at the beginning of December. It's the start of January. And I remember looking on my app that I use, and it said at the beginning of December, we'll be back at the end of December. And now I looked at it at the end of December, it said, we'll be back at the end of January. So
wasn't it just a knock? They said it was a knock. And then all of a sudden, it's surgery. It's another surgery. I mean, the thing is, I'm with you. I've never used injuries as an excuse, right? Because the manager is there to mitigate those. But the thing is, we're not even creating chances, man. We're not even creating chances.
And the final thing I want to say on the Brentford game was 2 fucking goalkeepers on the bench. When you've got LWB, Luca Williams-Barnett, who is absolutely ripping up the under-18s and the under-21s.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've watched him. He's class.
Exactly. Put him on the bloody bench. Why do we have... I mean, do you think that, maybe when we're 80 minutes in and things are, I could put 2 goalkeepers on to make sure that we don't concede?
Yeah.
That starting lineup stunk. As soon as I saw that lineup, I was just like, okay, great.
It'll be the same today. Unless Bergval's back, it will be the same today.
I was hearing a lot of people can't sell their tickets today. They can't even give them away,
Yeah, no, there's still tickets. There's still tickets available. Just to let you know, there's still tickets available.
Okay.
And the ticket exchange, because I'm an actual Hotspur One member. There's so many tickets. I think that this will be quite an empty stadium today. I don't think you're going to get much atmosphere today. I really don't.
But that also has an awful lot to do with ENIC and the ticket prices.
Oh yeah,
because if you are, if you go back in the days when we were crap, you still didn't have to pay that much to get in. So it was more about you go along, have a few drinks with your mates, go to the ground. If you played well, that was a bonus. If you didn't, I've had a day out with my mates. So But nowadays, 90 quid a fucking ticket. You're having a fucking
Yeah, it's 90 quid.
yeah?
South Stand. South Stand is 90 quid standard. 90 quid standard for South Stand. And you got to realise, back when I had a season ticket, back when I was in a season ticket, I keep saying box, so I'll say block. I was in block 135, which is kind of in the middle of the pitch, right? Those tickets are 135 quid each. 135. The ones behind the team, 300 quid. 300 quid.
And now,
Disgusting.
Sonny's gone, so you ain't going to sell them.
Oh yeah. I can say this. I can say this. Since Sonny's gone, we don't have many international fans. I'm just saying that right now. We don't.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And any chance of that's gone down the lane with whatever his name is going to Germany again to Borussia Mönchengladbach. So
who's that? Sorry,
Takai.
Yeah. And also
eyes on lane, isn't it?
Yang is doing quite well for Portsmouth. He scored a last-minute winner.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
the other day.
Mikey Moore scored.
Yes,
Mikey
I know.
Moore
Yeah.
scored. I got a text saying. I got a text before that game saying you might want to watch this game. I was like, I wonder why.
Yeah, I think Celtic are in a massive amount of trouble, and I think it's kind of fun to see Hearts up there.
Oh yeah.
They were lucky against Livingston yesterday. I listened to it on the radio because when Spurs aren't playing, I tend to listen to Scottish football instead because the commentators are fucking hilarious. And there's so many mistakes and so much. It's just it's kind of amateurish, and I like that. Whereas BBC 5 Live is very you have to be professional.
Yeah, prim and proper.
Smiles, no laughs.
Oh my God, what such a state we're in, right? What such of a state we're in. We're talking more about other football teams right now. This is insane. And like here's the thing, right? So I put a little picture into the StreamYard, right? I've been having this discussion. Look, Premier League, I'm saying right off, yeah, because I just honestly don't think we're going to get past. I don't even think we're going to get past 10th, right? Because for some reason, right, people think the table's static. When we talk about, oh yeah, if we get a win here, we get a win here. Yeah, but other teams will get wins. Well. You realise like other teams play in the Premier League, yeah? Mm-hmm. And it's like I don't think we're gonna finish. I don't think we're gonna finish anything above 11th. I really don't, and that's optimistic. Even with the January signings, I really don't.
What January signings?
Exactly. And the thing is, going back to my point, I was like, people keep telling me I'm entitled to expect more. But if you look at the picture I sent you, in the last 20 years, right, and this is where our entitlement comes from, right? In the last 20 years, after the disastrous late 90s, let's face it, the late 90s were all over the place, right? 4th, 12th, 15th, 8th. In the last 20 years, we've only finished outside the top 8 twice.
Which picture? I can't see it. Could you?
Oh, it might have gone lost. Yeah, I'll re-upload it. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Right, it shouldn't take too long. And
sorry.
Yeah, I show this picture, and like I say, everyone's like, "Yeah, but you can't expect this, that, and the other." There you go. It should be up there. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. We're entitled. We're entitled to finish high up the table. Well, history shows we're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, the worst season out of that was 7-8, wasn't it? So it's.
And we won a trophy then. I was at that game. Jermaine Janus with the free kick.
So, Steve D, welcome, mate. Nice to see you. Please like and subscribe if you're not already. Since Sonny gone, we don't have many international fans. Ergo, they were never Spurs fans in the first place. Sad but true. That is kind of what happens in the modern game, though, isn't it? People follow players a lot more now than they follow teams.
And this is the reason why, like, I had a discussion about Brennan Johnson with a mate of mine, and he was like, "Oh, this is a narrative. This is a media narrative and a fan narrative that I don't like. Oh, this is the third year in a row that we've sold our top goal scorer. Okay, one, Harry Kane, he had to go. He wanted to go. He had to go. Sonny, 10 years, he won a trophy, he had to go. Right? Getting rid of Brennan Johnson is like say he was our top goal scorer, but that was our worst season ever for goals. That's like sacking a McDonald's cook and being sad. It's like we're not missing like a 3-star Michelin chef here. You know what I mean? It's like if we get someone better, I don't care. But here comes the rub. Are we going to get someone better? Are we?
We want to come. Yeah,
exactly.
I think he was a 1 in 3, 1 in 4 scorer. You know, he missed more than he scored. You know, that's I think that was his problem.
Yeah,
the ball would go to him. You think, is he? Isn't he? You know, and most of the time he missed. He was over the bar on the easy ones, and he'd trip up between his heels or something. You know, and you think, and he got the occasional one, granted, but he could have got a lot more.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I mean, this is the thing, and again, it's this whole like. I was there for every game on his first season. Last season was his second. We had him 3 years or 2 years. I can't remember.
It was 2 years, wasn't it?
No, mate.
2 years, yeah. So last season, that was the season that I got ill. I didn't start going to games, and we were losing. I just couldn't be bothered, and gave my ticket away, etc., etc. Just watching him, I was like, he's a workhorse goal scorer. That's it. Like.
Yeah. It's
you got Sonny and Kane. They were thoroughbreds, weren't they? You know, they were actual proven. Over 10 years, they were thoroughbred. You know, all the way. You know, and you've got to let them go at their peak because there's no point in keeping them on until they start. Well, Sonny was going downhill. You know, Kane was sort of practically dropping his tools. You know what I mean? Because but he was still giving it all. So it's kind of this fella. It was at his peak, but his peak wasn't good enough. You know. Yeah, I'm afraid.
And this is the thing, Kev. Remember our fans say, "Oh, we don't sell players fast enough." Well, we've sold Brennan Johnson for 35, right? And we paid 45 for him.
47, yeah.
47 is, you know what I mean? So we've taken a loss on him. So what? Do you want us to sell him, or do you want us to keep him where where Kudos pretty much takes his space? He's a better winger. He's not a better goal scorer, but time will tell. You never know. But yeah, it's just like, get rid of him. Get rid of him. I never rated him.
Take a loss. That's what other teams do, don't they? Other top teams do. Yeah.
So, just to make everyone feel even worse, the transfer rumours spotlight is Oscar Bobb from Man City. 22 years old, position attacking midfielder, mainly plays on the right, but can play on the left. But I have a feeling that's a case of like Kudos doesn't really like to play there. He's played 15, scored 0 and assisted 1. Now, 9 of those have been in the Premiership, most of them substitute appearances. And then the other 6, I think it was 3 in the Champions League and 3 in the the League Cup, the Milk Cup.
Yeah. Well, Kev, I'll let you quick in. I've got a lot of Man City friends, right? Are all like quite young, especially in London. You know what I mean? Everyone tells me he's just a squad player. Yeah. That's it. Just a squad player.
A great name. For some reason, I don't know why. Apart from that, I don't know.
He's a Norwegian international.
Really?
Very highly rated, but then he had quite a bad injury, I think, last season. And again, he's pulled his hamstring this season, so he's out. So why we're even linked to him, I have no clue, but I just saw it on one of those stupid websites and thought, you know what, I'm gonna go for this. Spurs rule 44. Nice to see you, mate. Like and subscribe. Johnson sold because the club has no money. Do you think that's true?
Nah.
No.
I'm not sure.
Nah.
About that.
They're legend if they've got 150 to play with, but yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see.
mean, look. Go on. Sorry, Kev. Go on.
No, I finished. I've said my bit. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm short and sweet in both ways.
yeah. Look. Let's face it, right?
It's what you say to all the girls, isn't it, Kev?
Yeah. It'll be the best 10 seconds of your life.
You know that.
But
8 seconds.
yeah. But no, look, Brennan Johnson going to Crystal Palace. Look, he got a trophy. He's got a medal with us. You know, he didn't score the goal, but he can tell himself that. He's going to go and work with Oliver Glasner, go and work for Crystal Palace. He's a Welsh international. Let's face it, Wales are not that great. They're not. Unless Gareth Bale plays for them, they're not that great. And if you're a Tottenham Hotspur player and you're not being played because Kudus has taken your spot, the manager doesn't really sub you on or rate you, and you get the chance to it's literally, he's gone from North London just down where I am. It's only an hour move, even in heavy traffic. It's a good place for him. I wish him all the best of luck, but he's not exactly a Spurs legend, is he?
Oh, he will be for that one goal.
Yeah.
I wonder what his old man's going to do. Is he going to be a Crystal Palace supporter now? Like, all of a sudden.
Oh, did he become a massive Spurs fan, did he?
He was a Spurs fan, yeah, apparently. Yeah, he used
really?
to turn up with he was at Spurs games wearing a Spurs scarf and everything, yeah.
I didn't know that. Is he Welsh, or is it is it his wife who's Welsh?
The missus is Welsh, yeah, I think.
Right.
She's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Welsh.
But some more on the transfer rumours. Apparently, we're still looking at this Aklouche guy from, is that Monaco? French international.
No.
Looks pretty tasty. And, of course, Wharton from Crystal Palace has popped up again now. Johnson's gone there. I'd say we've got two hopes of that, and that's Bob Hope and No Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be able to Radu and all.
Yeah, we've got all hopes. Fuck all, bollocks all. It's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream because here's the thing, right? He's an English international. He's been slaying it for England. He's part of Tommy Tuchel's core midfield. He's doing well. He's always going to play for Crystal Palace. He's always going to start. I don't see there's any reason for him to leave. He's nice and cushy there. Palace aren't exactly like crap in the table. They because they've lost Eze and some. Yeah, and Elise. Why did we nearly got Elise? Anyway, I don't want to harp on about Elise. Elise and Rafinha are like my two favourite players to watch outside of UK football. But if he was to stick with Palace, he still gets an England. He still gets an England place. All he'll get is a little bit more money and a little bit more pressure. If he stays at Crystal Palace, he's not gonna have 60,000 people booing him every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
supposed to be after Dragusin, I've heard. Yeah.
Right.
Palace is supposed to be after Dragusin. So
really?
It might be. Yeah, I read that earlier in the week. So maybe I thought there's like we could do swapsies with money, going one way, obviously Crystal Palace's way. So who knows? Yeah. It might be just bollocks talk as usual, but there you go.
But another thing that popped up this morning, I only just read about it, was Paqueta from West Ham.
Oh my God, no!
Apparently, we're looking at him, and it's like,
I don't.
Well, West Ham are getting relegated.
Yeah,
West Ham are getting relegated. They're getting relegated. They are dog shit. Which means that I'm going to have to pay some more towards my tax to bloody subsidise that disgusting club. Well, yeah, no. Do you know this? If they get relegated, the London government will have to pay all of pretty much cover their losses for their Premiership.
Wow. Or
the Premier League or whatever it's called now. I keep calling it the Premiership, but all the losses that they will incur the government has to subsidise that if they get relegated. Thanks, West Ham, you scumbags.
Well, what's his name doesn't give a shit about that, does he? He was basically in there to put as little money in as possible and get as much money out.
No. What do you think, Kev?
Yeah, I want them to go down, to be honest. Yeah, because I've known too many scumbag West Ham fans in the past. So
yeah. I've still got a scar from where one bottled me, mate. I've still got a scar right there.
Ouch.
Yeah, I've had a few scraps of them in the past.
I've still got a scar on the back of my head from a Millwall fan. So yeah.
Yeah, Millwall, West Ham. Oh, but no, Paqueta.
Funnily enough, he was an Irish Millwall fan. So how does that work?
Even worse, man.
I don't know.
Go to the mainland, have a bus stop.
But the only person I'd take from West. Sorry.
Yeah, you're going to say the same thing I'm going to say. The only player I'd take is Bowen, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If West Ham get relegated, he's going to have to leave because he's a really good England player. He will lose his England spot if he plays in the Championship. It's just as simple as that. Yeah.
So apparently we're also looking at some guy. I'm just pulling stuff up from the Spurs community. Levante's Etta Iyong.
Yeah.
And so someone replied to that. I've been listening to a lot of Etta James lately. For that reason, I'm in.
These names are all alphabetic spaghetti, aren't they? They're all like jumbled up, like high scorers as well, with lots of Q's and X's and Z's. You know,
they're saying he's a striker who's logged the most explosive accelerations per game in La Liga this season, reaching speeds of at least 20 kilometers per hour from standing or walking starts.
Yeah, but who's he played for? Because I know
Levante.
Oh, Levante. Oh. I heard, and this is just again because you know what I'm like with transfer rumors. I really don't follow it at all because this is me during the transfer period. La 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 la. But I heard, and it's the most tenuous rumor is Conor Gallagher because obviously Conor Gallagher. Yeah, Conor Gallagher wants to get back into the England team, but it's like, look, I like him as a person. I've met him when I went to the England. Yeah, because I follow international football, don't I? It's like I've followed it longer than Spurs. And I've met him. He's a really nice guy. He's an okay footballer, but he's an okay footballer. Atletico Madrid, they got a nice kit. They always play well. But it's just it's like he's not exactly what we need.
He's too similar to what we've got, I think.
Yeah.
We need someone. I'm still a little bit gobsmacked that last season Bergvall was one of our best players, and that was him playing as a central midfielder and bursting forward. Now all of a sudden he's a number 10, I believe they call it. And everyone's saying, yeah, that's his best position. Is it? Fuck, mate. He's done nothing.
No, it's not. No, it's not. See, here's the thing. Bergvall is one of those people. He's a workhorse. He's quick on the ball, and he's very tenacious. He's young, isn't it? He's a young player, and he's got all the characteristics of a young player. Minus, I remember when he first came in with it, everyone was very excited. I watched the documentary about him. And there's a lot that I like Bergvall very much. Scandinavian, blonde haired. It's got the quick. And he comes across as a really good player, but it just seems like I just don't. He's not like a Moussa Dembele.
No, that's true.
He's not.
Never going to get a Moussa Dembele again, I don't think.
Oh, no, we're not. I know we're not. But you know what I mean? That kind of dribbling through the centrals, can't get bullied off the ball.
Doesn't lose the ball,
Yeah, doesn't lose the ball. But I don't see him as a 10. Maddison is, when he's consistent, is a perfect 10. For me, Maddison is a perfect 10. You know, he wasn't like Harry Kane that wore the 10 shirt but really wasn't a 10. But no, Berrival is not a 10. He's central to left, progresses the ball at least. But even under Thomas Frank, he's not doing that. Have you noticed that Berrival's not progressing the ball under Thomas Frank?
No.
Is it Thomas Frank's philosophy not to progress the ball forward in the midfield?
I don't know. His philosophy at the moment seems to be sit as many people behind the ball as possible, and then knock a ball up to Richie. Whereas, you know, it might be handy if we had an attacker like Solanke who can actually do something in the air. Richie is not great in the air for a big lad.
What he's going to do?
Yeah, that really surprised me when, you know, I thought, oh yeah, he's going to be pretty good, pretty useful up in the air. He's actually quite good at defending, but corners and stuff, you know. But he doesn't seem to be particularly good at it when he's attacking. So I don't know.
Mickey van der Ven got scolded when he done his run up the pitch and scored a goal. I think you're out your position there, mate. You shouldn't have done that. You know.
Seriously,
when Mickey van der Ven ran the length of the pitch, he probably thought, "Don't do that again. That's not good."
Yeah,
why he wasn't doing that anymore. Yeah.
Can we also address the Rolo Kwandon, the RKM? Why is RKM in the Brentford game? I don't know if you guys noticed this. Why was RKM defending more than other players were in the midfield? Like, I saw him deep at our goal. And the thing is, if we've got Pedro Porro, I know he's off form, but just imagine Pedro Porro pinging a long ball. Who's there to get it?
Yeah.
Another midfielder that's just going to pass it like this.
Yeah.
I tell you what, mate, we are lacking that player to grab the game by the balls and just progress it up the field. At least even Edgar Davids, right? Even Edgar Davids, who's technically a defensive midfielder, a pit bull midfielder, kind of like Pauli. At least he progressed the ball forwards.
But that is the thing. At the start of the season, Paulinho was doing that.
Yeah.
So what has changed? I don't understand this. I mean, after a few games, the whole Paulinho Bentancur thing just looked. It wasn't really working.
Stale.
It's just sterile.
Yeah.
That's the word. Yeah.
Stale. Yeah. Very, very, very true.
No danger.
Very, very true. I think, to be honest, in regards going back to the Brentford game, the only thing that Frank wanted to do there was make sure that he didn't lose against his old team.
Yeah.
And if that is the way you manage a football club, I'm sorry, mate. You might want to go somewhere, elsewhere where that really fucking matters. Because it's not about your ego. It's about
winning
us going
points
to a team who are not great and having a go. I'm not saying we should have won. We probably wouldn't have won because they have a very good home record. But have a go. We do have players who can have a go. Muani, Odegaard. If you give them some freedom, kudos. Yeah? If you give them some freedom, they are going to run. And okay, Kudos is the only one who really does run at the defence. Odegaard occasionally. But Muani just seems to be on some kind of shackles. And I don't understand. As Eugene said earlier, do you think he's just confusing the players with maybe doing an AVB and micromanaging?
I've got a theory about this, and I'll let Kev, because it's going to be short and sweet, right? I've got a philosophy. Football ain't rocket science, right? Football's not rocket science, right? My godkids play football. I play football, not onto a professional level, but one of my godkids is in an academy right now. Good on him. He got into an academy. And the way these kids are managed, because he's gone from Sunday whatever league to the academy, and he's been in there a couple of months. And the manager, he's saying, like, the managers are giving me all this information, and it's like, you're only a 6-year-old kid. You know what I mean? I honestly think Thomas Frank is just giving them too much information instead of going, look, play your football. Just if
Harry
we're going
Redknapp.
against, yeah, play your football. And or you get all these and you see him at the touchline just going to Berryvale and it's just play your football. What do you think, Kev? Do you think he's overcooking the soup?
He's overcooking it all, yeah. He's over predicting what they should be doing, and it's more of a natural flowing game that they should be involved in, and take it as it comes. Don't be. It's so predictable in what they're doing, and the other teams know this, and they come and laugh at us. We know what you're going to do before we start,
Yeah.
Smart, exactly.
Okay. So I'm going to put up what I am predicting for the lineup today because, as I said, unless Berryvale's back, I think it's going to be this again, which will be Vicario, Spence, VDV, Romero, Porro, Gray, Paulinia, and Bentancur as central midfielders. Odegaard on the left, Kudos on the right, and Richie up front.
And
Not inspiring, is it really?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And I don't know if you've noticed this since the Vicario I'm going to say Vicario Gray incident because people blame one more than the other. Let's just call it the Vicario Gray incident, right? Has anyone noticed that we look like a scared team during the build-up now? They're just hoofing it.
Yeah.
Has anyone noticed that? They're afraid to build up now?
Definitely in the last game, they hoofed it. And
once you get in the opponent's half, it's like they're scared. It's no man's land. What do we do? What do we do? Oh, let's turn away and pass sideways. And then they'll turn it back to Vicario because the other team's put the press on.
Did you see that video?
Rinse and repeat.
Did you see that video on social media? I think it was Bristol City or someone like that. It was BC FC, so it's either Bristol City or Birmingham City or something like that. And their song was Sideways and Backwards Everywhere We Go. Sideways and backwards everywhere we go. I thought that was brilliant. It's very accurate. The thing with that, though, I still think it's Vicario's fault.
No, I think it is.
He's
the senior player. He's the senior player.
Yeah. He needs to know when to hit the ball long and when to hit the ball short. Now, it seems that they've been told, oh, no, you have to pass out from the back. Why do you always have to pass out from the back? This is what we seem to be saying about this club an awful lot. Mix it up a bit. It doesn't have to be a long throw every time.
No, don't. Oh, my God. Against Brentford, man. The Brentford game, I've noticed this, and it was, sorry to harp on about it. I'll tell you what, stop playing normal football. Don't play football, right? Get each goalkeeper just to kick it, right? Get a goalkeeper just to kick it out of play so we get a long throw or they get a long throw and we can throw it in the box and get ahead, or we can get a corner. Why even play open play football? Why even play it? There wasn't even a point playing it. But no, there is a tactical reason to play out the back. There is. But the problem is, it is risky, but it's just spice. You're right. Just spice it up. It's just to me the power build-up is. Yeah. Go on, Kev.
I'm saying we're no good at it. We can't do it.
No. And when we do, we are so scared and afraid on the ball. We just do this.
Yeah, ding dong, back to the keeper, and he kicks it out halfway up to the touchline, and we're under pressure again. So one thing, the other,
and we don't.
Sorry,
go on.
I was just going to say, why were we able to do that under Ange? Was that because Ange said, get forward, whereas Frank is probably saying, "Oh no, guys, we've got to be, pragmatic. We need to make sure that we defend the goal first before we actually go for their goal." And it's like, come on, man, this is not how football should be played.
And this is another thing.
Sorry.
Go on, Kev.
I'm going to say this XG business, where we get 1 XGs and 2 XGs in a whole bloody game. It's like, I don't listen to this thing, but looking at it, it makes sense. We're not having shots on goal. We're not getting near the goal. It's pathetic. That's the whole optics of the fucking game. It's score goals and win.
Yeah, and also
this
is another thing, Kev. Right, I've stopped listening to Thomas Frank's pressers. I call him the master gaslighter. The master gaslighter. I am sick of him hearing. I'm sick of hearing our home's a fortress. We want our home to be a fortress. I like to play on the front foot. I like to play on the front foot. Are you mad? Right? Oh, I like aggressive pressing. Are you mad? Are you blind? Right? What are we doing here? Right? And he goes, and here's the thing. Oh, another thing. We might have had we might have lost 2 games, but I haven't seen 2 bad performances in a row. Right. You're blind, mate. You're blind. You're absolutely blind. You are just telling me what I want to hear. That is it. That is it. Because what I'm seeing on the pitch is not what you're telling me. It's not.
This is something that I'm really getting rather pissed off about, is that the guy does seem so arrogant that he seems to be blaming everybody apart from actually looking into his own mistakes. Now he comes out and he starts off with, oh yeah, well maybe this wasn't so good, that wasn't, but then it was these guys' fault, and yeah, the fans were behind us, and it's in Denmark, one of the traditions is that you're not, if you're rich, you don't show off, you don't go out and flaunt it by big watches and stuff like that. You may have a big watch, but you don't go out and say, oh yeah, look at me, I've got this fucking amazing watch. Or if you buy a new car, you wait until someone says, oh, that's a nice car. You don't say, oh, look at my car. Whereas this guy, him and Bentner seem to be the only 2 Danish people who are in the spotlight, who are like that. I don't know if he's, people have been blowing smoke up his ass for so long at Brentford that he actually thinks he's something he's not. He confuses me. And to be honest, at the moment, I think I'd probably prefer to have Nuno as manager than Thomas Frank.
No, I would. No.
Yeah, because at least Nuno attacked occasionally.
My issue,
and we scored a few goals as well.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, this whole bullshit humbleness and the way he appears to respect the opposition as almost he's sucking their dick. You know what I mean? We go to Selhurst Park, it's got a rich tradition, it's always a hard. It's Crystal Palace. I want you to go in. I want you to at least say, we're looking. When has he ever said in a presser, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I've stopped watching them, right? When has he gone, we are going there for a win. We are going there for grit, and we're going in there to win. It's just this pseudo intellect. I've said to my mates, he reminds me, right? So I've had a lot of girlfriends, right? He reminds me of my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend that she dated in university, that was well-read, calm and collected, but was an absolute pussy. You know what I mean? You couldn't get it up if he tried. He talks, he'll talk to you about, yes, this happened in 1836, where, yes, and, all of this stuff. And you just kind of go, no.
That's when I was born.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? I want, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of like a bad boy in a pub, you know what I mean? Loud, obnoxious. You just kind of want someone who's a little bit obnoxious and loud and kind of like just I don't know, he frustrates me. It's almost like it's almost like he sees football as an academic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we did yes, we did lose the ball 25 times. And I did say to the players, stop doing that. You know, you should stop doing that. And yes, a fast-flowing football comes from passing from the back. Just like, you know what, mate? Just kick a fucking ball. Just kick a fucking ball.
You can still be respectful to the opposition while being confident of your own abilities. And he doesn't seem to be able to get that right at the moment. But as you say, it seems that we go into each game scared of the opposition. And he's worried about what the opposition is going to do. I mean, don't worry about the opposition, mate. You never know. We could get a red card in 30 seconds. We're down to 10 men. Then you have to worry about the opposition. But what you do is you set up the team to go out and beat the other lot, not go out and make sure that you don't concede.
Yeah. And the substitutions, man.
Yeah.
Remember last season, I was getting on to Ange because I was like, 65th minute, like for like subs,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's all right. Kev, have you noticed it's the exact same thing with Frank? 75 minutes in, like for like subs, doesn't impact the game. Then he throws the kitchen sink at the 80th minute.
Yeah, I know. It's rinse and repeat. It's the same old stuff. I'm more worried that we're playing Villa next week in the cup.
I'll be there.
As a loss already. But I'm putting it down as a loss already. And then we've got the Champions League opening up in a week or two as well after that. You know, so I think our season will be over by February. You know, I'm that. Yeah, it's because he's got no European experience apart from the games he's played for us. You know, he's got no experience in the machinations of that and all the European coaches that we're going to come up against who have got European experience. You know, even the lesser teams, they know how to play a game and they know our weaknesses, and we've got plenty of them. You know, so the season will be over before March, I reckon. To be honest.
Yes. Well, like
do.
I said to you, I've already written off the Premier League. I'm going to go to the Aston Villa game because it's the only game of consequence that we've got left domestically, right? Yeah, it's the only game of consequence, right? And looking at our Champions League form and domestic form, do we even think that we've got a hope in hell of even getting to the knockout stages of the Champions League?
I doubt it very much, the way we're going at the moment.
But yeah, like I say,
there's no passion. There's no passion there.
Yeah. I'm with you, mate.
Yeah.
I'm with you, mate. My season, domestically, my season is over pretty much on the 10th of January, mate, because I don't think I'm only going to see friends and pretty much say goodbye to the stadium for another 8 to 9 months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't watch the game last week. Who did we play last week? I can't even remember now. I gave up and went to bed. I couldn't bear watching it. Yeah, I said, sod that. No, I didn't feel particularly well, but I thought, I'm not staying up down here. And, you know, and we won, and I was quite surprised. I was Palace, of course it was. Yeah.
RV, when do you think our season is officially over?
Who have we got in the Champions League to play?
Oh, Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Is that home or away?
Away, I think. I don't know.
Well, I've got to fancy us if we're away then, because, you know, Odebear might be not so scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's away because they haven't given us many tickets. I remember that bit. That was right. They were moaning about the amount of tickets. Yeah.
So we got Dortmund at home, Frankfurt away.
Dortmund will lose. Dortmund will lose.
It.
Yeah.
So we are currently in a playoff place, so not automatic. And we are 5 points above where we will get knocked out.
All right.
Dortmund are only just ahead of us. We've got the same record, 1-3, drawn 2, lost 1. They've scored 19 goals. We've scored 13. But we've only conceded 7. They've conceded 13. So I think they can be got at.
Yeah.
Frankfurt are 30th. They've played 6, lost 1. Sorry, 1-1, drawn 1, and lost 4.
Yeah, they're terrible.
So
they've gone backwards.
The thing is, so was Bodo Glimt. this is the thing. I remember the Bodo Glint game, and I went in the game going, I don't think we're going to get a win here, boys. I don't think we're going to get a win here. Everyone was like, yeah, but we beat them last season. It's not the same.
Last season,
Football's static. Football's not static.
Yeah.
It's not static. But yeah. So when do you think we should just officially? It's done, dusted.
February 28th, something like
yesterday. No.
It's miserable. Absolutely miserable.
I think it's a real bloody shame that we didn't get a team which we probably should beat in the FA Cup. But then again, I suppose you look at Tamworth and it was.
I was about to say, mate, Tamworth. Tamworth. Oh, that game.
That was that was. I think
said last week.
Maybe I had inklings before that, but that game was when I kind of gave up on Postecoglou.
I think most people did.
Yeah, it was.
Most people did.
But I'm just reading here. Apparently, the dressing room is very upset at the sale of Brendan Johnson.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't care.
Because he was a popular and respected figure within the squad. Yeah, I'm sure he was, but he wasn't getting into the team, was he? With kudos there.
Yeah.
Nope.
And if you're going to try and make some money back, which it seems these guys are not like Levy. They're not. Oh my God, no! If I can get an extra 5 million, that look at me, what a great businessman I am. It seems that they're like, well, okay, he's not really getting in the team. I don't think he's going to want to sit around. Another team is interested. We'll take a loss, but we have got some money for him. Whereas it used to be, there were just players leaving on loan and then would either be released or go on a free somewhere. It just
years.
Yeah, and it's it really, if the Lewises can actually see it and see, okay, this is football. We're going to take a loss, but to clear out the deadwood.
They've said it's not really a loss because it's amortised or whatever the word is.
Right, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Written down in tax losses and whatever.
Yeah. Bloody hell, kid. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I know. I read about it the other day and it made quite sense. It's not really a loss because they did. You know what these high flyers are like? They can write down anything as a loss and that. It comes off their profits. So it's not a loss.
Yeah.
They basically they've lost 14 million on paper or something like that, I think. Yeah, 14, 15. And it's nothing in the scheme of things because it's written off.
Yeah.
It's a 2-year write-down.
If they can look at it like that, then that would be brilliant because Levy never looked at it like that, did he?
He didn't, did he? It was all... No. It was right in his little piggy bank, wasn't it?
Has anyone actually heard what he's doing at the moment?
Oh, apart from collecting MBE. That's all I heard.
An MBE?
Yeah,
in the New Year's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone was like, why? Okay, apart from on-pitch shit, he did quite a lot, the whole reason, if you actually, if you go round Tottenham in the area, like, I know a lot of people don't like what he did and all that kind of stuff, but the fact that that stadium employs so many people from the local area, that's right? Yeah. Tottenham do have a lot of community. Once that stadium was built, they went all out in the area, did a lot of community stuff, and also made a fuck ton of money. They made a fuck ton of money, which they then pay in taxes. So of course he is. I mean, as much as Levy's legacy will always be good businessman, shit football person.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true, and that's the problem that he actually wanted to get involved in the football bit because he thought, oh yeah, well, how difficult could it be? I'm surprised that he wasn't actually trying to pick the team at one point.
Well, he was finding the players, wasn't he? Over and above the coaches.
Yeah.
I've got you this one for a present. I can't remember who it was now, but I thought I'd do your deal on this one.
Oh yeah, it was Jed Spence was a club signing, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
I'd like to go on to go back to talking about transfers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Langer.
Yeah.
What exactly has he done since he's been here?
Not a lot. I don't know.
Who have we signed that you would say, oh, that was a Langer spot, and that's pretty good. Dragusin, I think, was one of his signings, wasn't it?
Sure.
That hasn't exactly turned out great.
Yeah, that kind
I assume that Takai was as well, and Yang, Odebear, or was Odebear Paratici?
I don't know.
Who would you prefer between the two? Who would you prefer?
Oh,
I always thought Paratici has been sleazy. I don't know why. It's just me, my own personal opinion. Yeah.
It's just the way he looks. He looks greasy as fuck.
He's a double dealer. I think he's making other deals behind his back. Your back's right. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think. No offense, and you can even ask. Oh my god, ChatGPT is hilarious, right? So I was like, because I wanted to look at the last, because I work in AI and IT and stuff. So I was testing out ChatGPT, and I was like, oh, can you show me the league positions of Spurs through the last 20 years? And then he added a caveat of since 2017, the transfer policy has not been good enough to reinvigorate the squad. And I'm like, even ChatGPT is throwing Langer under the bus here, mate. But yeah, no, it's just, I honestly, since 2016, 2015, this is 10 years ago. 10 years ago, in the last 10 years, our transfer policy, our football policy, and our on-pitch performance, which is, let's face it, a reflection of all the above and before, has just been... And it doesn't take a genius to realise shit in, shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that was all promises when you could spend more money with the stadium, and then you had 2-3 transfer windows without buying anybody, and they're like, just nosedive from there.
That was the thing. You have to say
Down the toilet.
One thing about Levy, he did back Pochettino with Lo Celso and Ndombele. Now that was a better part of 90 million, and in those days that was
a lot of money.
Kind of a lot of money. But who the fuck scouted Ndombele?
Yeah.
Because that guy was just... I remember he turned up for the first few games, and then it was like, oh, hang on a minute. I might have to do some training here.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was overweight. A lot of people said that.
Do you remember all the bullshit we were being told about him? All the bullshit. Oh, he's amazing in training. I don't give a fuck if he's amazing in training. And look, that whole saga was perfectly documented during that documentary. That was perfectly documented.
I still haven't watched it.
You should, man. It'll give you PTSD. But look, I mean, our recruitment, I honestly say, like, our recruitment, I know West Ham say their recruitment has been bad. I have to figure out if our recruitment has been as bad as West Ham's. But the only thing that West Ham gets over us is the fact that they literally have a pay-as-you-go player. We've never had a pay-as-you-go player. Gets paid per performance, bro. I can't remember what player it is, but he gets paid per performance. But our for a big six club, our recruitment has been the worst. The worst. And the thing is, even in the late 90s, in the late 90s and the 2000s, like, we would get players. I know people say, like, Jermaine Janus, was shit. Yeah, but he's better than fucking Odegaard. I'm sorry, he is. He is.
Well, I think the whole when Frank Arneson came in as football director, and he was Santini came in as manager. and then Santini kind of disappeared, and then Martin Jol replaced him. I always thought that was a kind of interesting way of doing it. We just seem to go out and buy all these young players, some of them English, some of them, didn't go anywhere. Some of them, I mean, we bought Routledge, he got injured, and we bought Lennon at the same time. And look at Aaron Lennon's career. Routledge didn't go on to, he went to Palace, didn't he? He went back to Palace, didn't he? Also, but maybe it's just the state of the transfer window, or of the way that transfers go now, is that you can't go out there and get someone for $1 million like we got Aaron Lennon for.
Oh no!
I suppose.
I mean, the transfer market, which is totally the Premier League's fault, by the way.
Yeah,
it's completely our fault. We, as a country, within the Premier League, have completely overinflated the transfer. Because if you look in Europe, like La Liga, Ligue 1, Serie A, even the Bundesliga, if they are bringing in players from non-Premier League teams, they're not paying big money, they're not paying big wages, right? And I thought, I know it was a bit weird, and I was a bit like, the COYS. I was like, the COYS is really going to affect transfers now, and it hasn't. It's overinflated it to a point where, look, I watched Bundesliga. I saw Florian Wirtz, didn't rate him, didn't think he was worth that much money. And look how much money he goes for. I didn't think from Newcastle that Alexander Isak was worth that amount of money. Look at him at Liverpool. We saw it with. I remember when Declan Rice was signed from West Ham, and I was like, bloody hell. But the thing is, it made sense because West Ham were coming off. He was their captain. They were coming off the first European title in a very long time. I was like, that made sense. Premier League club to Premier League club. Now it's just, I don't know. I think the transfer window in the Premier League is dire because I think the internet exists, because I remember when I was on a panel show during the summer transfer window, and these guys were quite old, like you guys, right? And they were like, if we don't get Savinho, they were like, no, older generation. I'm not old, but I'm getting there. But no, these guys were saying, and I'm not lying, they acted like 16-year-olds. If we don't get Savinho, we don't get Eze, I'm stop celebrating the club. And then it broke on the panel that we didn't sign them, and Eze was going to Arsenal. It was like, yeah, I'm not supporting this team anymore. And then they clicked off the panel show, and I was like, wow.
Okay.
We have such a narrow mindset when it comes to players now. It's just, to me, it's just like, look, I don't care who we get as long as they step up or a better player than what we replaced. That's it. It's simple. Mm-hmm. Names I don't care about. I don't mind names. But if they're better than what we've got, I don't mind it.
Yeah, no, that's true. But no, to be honest, what you were just saying, I mean, Kev throws everything out of his pram when we don't sign someone. You should see the state he's living in. Like smashed up bottles and I'm joking.
You know what I mean? What I mean? Yeah, but the thing is, focusing. Here's the thing: just focusing on one player, because you got to realise there is a pecking order, right? And we are Tottenham Hotspur. We are Tottenham Hotspur. It would be nice. It would be nice if we got a good name player. I would love. You know what? Elise, come to my club. Rafinha, come to my club. Rafinha, I would take in a heartbeat. But would he come to Spurs? No.
So, nice to see you, Raj. 238501. Please like and subscribe. Sir, any update on Kulu and Maddison? Well, Maddison is out for the season as far as we're concerned, as far as we've been told. Kulusevski, I have no clue, But what I'm seeing on my football app, it says that he's out until the end of January. So basically that means Kulusevski, when he comes back, he's always quite slow. So he'll probably be back up to speed for the last 5 games of the season when it won't really matter. But nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah. I've given up on her injuries. I just don't think they're never coming back. Because I keep hearing from Spurs fans, right? I keep hearing from Spurs fans, when we get our players back, we're back. And I'm like, but there's also a bedding time.
You're very welcome.
There's a bedding time, isn't there? And to get up to match fitness.
Yeah. Do you think that when Maddison comes back, he's still going to be on it? He's going to be 29. That is quite a serious injury. He never had an awful lot of speed in the first place. Do you think his body will still be able to handle the rigors of the Premier League? Kev, what do you reckon?
Especially when someone wants to get him up in the air in the first game back.
Exactly. Yeah, which they will, which they always do, because he's a mouthy so-and-so.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen. Playing someone against Arsenal, isn't it? They're doing him up in here. Don't worry about that. Got to stop to his comeback.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Guy?
Here's the thing, and a lot of people keep telling me, it's like, because my head is still stuck in the Barclays era of injuries, right? and I've seen players do hammies and never be the same player again. And you know, and the thing is, I'm taking right. So I'm trying to remember recent injuries on that level, and it's just like I for his sake, look, for his sake and for our sake, I hope that he makes a triumphant return. but I have to be realistic, right? I have to be realistic. I know we talk about the filth, but their star boy got massively injured, and he's not the same since. He's not. And I've seen star boy for England, and he's not the same. He's not the same. Saka's not the same. No matter what anyone tells me, he's not. And that was just a hamstring. You know what I mean? I have to be realistic here. And he is 29. I remember being 29 and not rubber banding as quick as I could, and you know, and yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where like he could, you know, he's got hypermobility as well. And if you watch the documentary, they were like, you know, you're going to lose some of your hypermobility, this, that, and the other. I don't know. I love Maddison. I think he's a great guy, great player. Pops out kids faster than an Amish person on steroids. But I don't know. Let's just say I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Raj is saying, what's your opinion on our goalkeeper? Is he fine or do we need an upgrade? Well, I can answer that one.
Even I can.
I don't think he's fine. I think we need an upgrade.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Shot stopper, but that's it.
Great shot stopper again.
That is it.
Yeah, but that's bread and butter. That's bread and butter.
It's unfortunate that, you know, people like Hugo Lloris only come round once every 20 odd years. You know, we had, what was it, Ray Clements, Pat Jennings, Paul Robinson, I would also like to say. But
what was the American goalkeeper?
Casey Keller or Brad Friedel?
Yeah, that's it. Brad Friedman, the bald guy.
Yeah.
The other one, the
I met him.
baldy one. Who? What was the other American fella? Played for Millwall as well.
Yeah, Casey Keller.
Yeah. I was just about to say that he had what do you call it? Swear word thing. I can't remember what it's called. Lost the word. Tourette's.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, Tourette's. Yeah.
look, I just think when it comes to hey Nige,
Hello, mate.
when it comes to Vicario, he's a bread and butter goalkeeper. At the end of the day, Kinski's not as good as him, and Austin's not as good as him. Forster wasn't as good as him. Forster was terrible. We need an upgrade, but for me personally, he is not the biggest issue in this team. The biggest issue in this team is that god awful, dead, negative pass left, right, and back midfield. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely terrible.
So big up Nige. He says, big up chaps. Sorry, can't join today. I think as long as Matters can twist and turn, I think he will be fine. Oh, to be 29 again, guy. LOL. Top shot.
I couldn't even grow facial hair at 29. I only started at 30.
I still can't grow facial hair, and I'm almost 50. So don't worry about me. I would not worry about it.
Yeah, Kev, we've got beard envy, mate. Beard envy.
My head's upside down. That
Well, Uncle Albert.
yeah.
I fought in the war. What, the Boer
I'm
War?
growing a beard now. I'm growing a beard. It's too cold over here.
But no, guys, on a scale of 1, like I'll do a 1 to 5 because it's just easier that way. On a scale of 1 to 5, how excited are we for this Spurs versus Sunderland game?
Not at all.
No, not
I'll
at
do
all.
it because it's my religion. I shall attend from afar. That's it.
Yeah.
My foot will move as we're taking one of our players is taking a shot. I will do that little, that movement.
And when one of our players is doing a header, I'll do the.
We got it sorted.
Look, if we get,
I'm no good in goal. I'm a T-Rex type of keeper.
And like I say, the only game that interests me, no offense, the only game that interests me in January is the FA Cup game because for some reason I take the FA Cup more seriously than this club.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? It's a real shame.
It seems to have got more cachet now. It seems to be more popular now. It's coming back into a nice day out and all that. Probably, because they mucked about with it for so long with Monday nights and Friday nights and all that. But putting the final back where it should be is one of the things that needed to be done to make it a day out for the fans, not turning up 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all that kind of rubbish.
I was there with my Crystal Palace fans on the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
Good. It was a good match as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, Raj. You've got a good point. The last point I agree with, right? Because here's the thing: in the summer, we were told by Kudos and other people, "Oh, we've joined for Frank. Frank is the reason we're here." And now we're 5 months in, and it's blazingly obvious to me that Frank is the reason why we're so shit. I'm sorry, I don't believe that these players can't pass. I just can't believe it.
It seems to have down tools, if you ask me. That's what I think. So a lot of them. They're thinking of the World Cup or places like that,
It's obviously not going to help if that Johnson rumour is true that the dressing room have lost him. But what Raj is saying here is who would be a good fit? Who could we afford? Who would agree to join us? As in a goalkeeper? I have no clue, mate. I think if we'd had an ounce of ambition, we would have gone for Donnarumma.
Or Kelleher.
I don't think we would have got him.
That, like I say, Kev says it, that Kelleher, I like Kelleher.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. Is it Henderson?
Yeah, Henderson, yep.
Yeah, those two goalkeepers I rate. I rate Kelleher and Henderson I rate.
Yeah, but to be honest, is there anyone that you've heard of in the European leagues, in the South American leagues, or basically anywhere who is an up and coming? Well, not even an up and coming goalkeeper. I think we need a established one. 28, 29. I think that's a perfect age because then if they've got at least 4 or 5 years left in them.
They peak allegedly,
Yeah, allegedly, yeah. So I'm sorry, I can't answer that one, Raj. But I think Guy has probably answered that with Kelleher.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I mean,
now I know you're having a laugh.
based. That's
Pepper,
obviously
you're definitely having a laugh there, mate.
Yeah.
No, can't agree with that.
I'm trying to think. What's the Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper? Kogel?
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I would get if it was up to me, I would if I was scouting for goalkeepers, and I would focus on the Bundesliga because the Bundesliga is. I know we say that, and we've got Xavi and Wirtz from the Bundesliga, and they're not doing very well. But goalkeepers are goalkeepers. I don't give a fuck. I mean, they stand in goal and just catch balls and kick balls. It's not exactly the hardest thing in the world to like scout, is it? I would scout in the Bundesliga and take like a Dortmund, a Leipzig, not Frankfurt because they're shit. But like I would look at those mid-table teams because it is very data-driven, and let's have a look at it and go from there. But yeah, I would scout within the Bundesliga. I wouldn't go La Liga too much because goalkeepers in La Liga are hot and cold. You know, Syria, I don't know anything about. I don't watch anything about Syria, so maybe scout in Syria, maybe. Didn't we get Vicario from Syria?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
But no, you were saying the Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper, Kobel, he's Swiss, 15 matches, 8 clean sheets, 12 goals conceded.
Yeah.
But that means he's going to be extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And yeah, do we really want to sacrifice the money for a goalkeeper rather than getting an established left winger
or a midfielder in general?
Midfielder,
yeah. No. Like I say, Vicario, I know. Look, he's not been playing well, and he's had a couple of howlers. But to me personally, and it is an opinion, it's just a footballing opinion.
Yeah.
If I was to bolster that squad, like he would not be he's not my like target to replace right now. He's not.
Okay. Yeah. Okay then, guys. We've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes now, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah. Does anyone have any other business or any plugs that they want to do? Oh, Guy, I wanted to ask you, are you on Twitter?
No.
You're not? You on anything?
I am on Twitter, but I don't use it. The only reason I'm on Twitter is because whenever I'm in a band, I promote my guitar technician. He's been my guitar tech for 20 years. And whenever he does work for me, he puts photos out and I just retweet it. But no, I don't use any social media. I really don't.
No, I was just wondering, because if you were, then it was easier for me to send you a link for the shows. So,
oh, here we go. I've just put something in the private. That's my WhatsApp.
Okay, brilliant.
Everything I do is either WhatsApp, Telegram, or Discord, and each one of those I use on the various ways of encryption.
And that's why people hire you to do their IT stuff.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
All right then, Kev, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, if we got in a week, I can't remember. We're playing a game in a week, aren't we?
Yeah, it's hang on a minute. Bournemouth
away, yeah. Should be fun. Yeah.
So probably be the same team. Can't see anyone being back. So yeah, what can you say?
Don't forget that January transfer window is wide open. Don't forget. Yeah. You never know.
Forgot to ask, what are your predictions for today?
This game, 3-1 loss.
Really?
Granit Xhaka. Yeah. Granit Xhaka, remember, he's going to score. Yeah. That little bastard is going to score.
They're up for it, aren't they? Their tails are up.
Well, the thing is, Sunderland. I keep saying this. Everyone roasted me, absolutely roasted me when Sunderland got promoted. I was like, they're staying up because I watched I watched League One and the Championship because my teams are in there, like my local teams. I was like, they are taking this. This is the only time I've seen in a long time where a promoted team is taking the Premier League seriously. They are taking this seriously.
Spent money.
Yeah, spent a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they keep his name, but he's quite good.
Roof.
That's it, yeah.
Roof, yeah. And that Mayenda looks pretty good. I'm pretty sure he played against us for a Belgian team a few years ago. And I thought, he looks pretty tasty. So, yeah. But, okay, so you're going 3-1 loss, Guy. What are you saying, mate?
It's at home, so we're definitely going to lose. We're definitely going to lose because it's at home. I think it's going. I don't even think we're going to be able to score because Sunderland's defence is really good. Yeah. Oh, they've got loads of players. The thing is, I remember this. They've got loads of players going out for AFCON. Yeah, but they still got a 0-0 draw against Man City at home, mate. So that's a load of bullshit as well. I honestly think it's either going to be a sneaky 1-0 with us doing a fucking mare in defence like we always do, or it's going to be a 2-0 loss and it will be a defensive mistake for the 1-0 and Granit Xhaka's just going to fucking top bins it.
Yeah. But they got 6 players at AFCON.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
6 of them. But their boy Ballard, who's been one of their top players, is out. And welcome back, Dennis Serkin, who a lot of people were saying that we'd probably try and sign back. He was very highly rated as a kid, and then where did he go?
Yeah, I know, fella. Yeah.
He's an Irish lad, isn't he?
Eh?
He's an Irish lad, isn't he?
Not that I know of. No.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought he was. Sorry, but
no.
He joined Sunderland from us, and has been there since 2021.
Yeah. That's the thing about Sunderland right now. They have got if you look at their squad, and I don't know the names off by heart because I'm always bad with names anyway, but if you look at their squad, not just their starting 11, their squad, there is a perfect balance of young talent and experience.
Yeah.
They've just got a really good,
and the manager seems to, is someone who actually seems to want to play decent football.
Oh, yeah, he's taking it seriously.
Yeah, he's not worrying about the other side.
Yeah.
So, sorry, what did you say, Guy?
I say it's going to be 2-0, mate. I don't think we're scoring. I cannot see us scoring. I just can't. It's not. Here's the thing where people say our attack is shit, but it's not just our attack. We're not even creating chances. If we're not creating chances, even if you've got Ronaldo or Messi, and when I say Ronaldo, I don't mean CR7 because I don't rate him. I think he was. No, I don't. He was good, but he's not. I've seen the phenom. I've seen Ronaldinho, right? I've seen Rivaldo. Okay, so just hold your horses. Even if we had a competent striker and 2 competent wingers, where's the chances coming from?
Yeah, there's a big gap from front to back and back to front.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's no man's land. That space between the 6-yard box and the halfway line is no man's land.
Yeah.
You're right about Serkin anyway. Yeah, sorry, I looked it up. He was born in Dublin. He's Azerbaijani, English and Irish nationality. Plays for England, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Azerbaijani, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't they hold one of the... They held one of the...
met anyone from Azerbaijan.
They played the Champions League final there one year, didn't they? I can't remember.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20,000 stadium. And I seem to remember there was a warning: if you go to Azerbaijan, don't go to certain areas because they still have bandits roaming the countryside. Fucking hell.
Lovely.
So yeah, that wasn't on my list, but yeah. Anyway.
They're camping there, yeah.
Right. I think it's going to be what it seems to be at the moment. It seems to be a shit performance, lose, shit performance, win, shit performance, draw. So I have a feeling that we're going to pull this one off with a 2-1 victory. with Vicario scoring from the halfway line on a free kick.
Yeah. I hope you're right. I really do. But, you know.
Yeah, look, I think we need a win. Look, we need points. I don't care at the moment because I've written it off. I don't care, right? I know what Frank Ball is. We've all seen it. It's boring as shit, but we just need points. Someone, I think it was Danalist, asked me on a show. He was like, "What's more important right now, points or performances?" I'm like, "Points. We need points."
Yeah.
Well, if we get top half, I think it'd be a result, but I can't see it at this moment in time.
Yeah, they always said that if you draw your away games and you win your home games, then you'll be all right. But this is the problem. We've mainly been winning our away games and losing at home.
We're best in the country.
So,
well, not anymore. Arsenal,
my God, that narrative. Oh my God, Spurs fans. But we're the best away. Yeah, but
not anymore, I don't think.
So what? So what? Remember, guys, we were being told, don't worry, guys, we're second in the league. Don't worry, guys, we're second in the league. We're second in the league. Where's that? Where's that now?
Yeah. Very true.
I remember in the 80s, we had about 3 times we was in a chance for a title, and it was our home games that let us down then in the 80s.
Yeah,
we lost and drew so many at home. We had some great away wins up at Liverpool, Everton. We thrashed Everton 4-0 on the first day of the season one year. They ended up being champions. We was like also rans in the end because we lost so many at home and drew so many at home. It was always the way. Wasn't
that also because we had to play like 5 games in 8 days at the end of the season?
Yeah, it was a big snow that year. It was like the Everton game was just after New Year. It was cancelled till March, and that's when we got wiped out. We was on a perfect run then, you know. They was on a high, and we was on a, as we always do. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for being here, and everybody in the chat. It's been a pleasure. Raj, very nice to meet you. Nige, respect as always. Steve D, come on, you Spurs, and Spurs rule. Obviously, Eugene as well. You're going to be on the watch along with Eugene later, are you guys?
I am indeed. Because if I go to the pub, I'm going to do exactly what I did last time: drink too much, fall asleep. Because you know you can't fall asleep in pubs in London because that gives them an excuse to throw you out. So my mate was like, I woke up at the 60th minute.
Gives people an excuse to nick your wallet. But
yeah, I woke up at the 60th minute going, it's still 0-0.
So yes, everybody get over to Spurs Asian TV later because they'll be doing a watch along. Guy and Eugene. Please like and subscribe to all of the channels, including Shelfside Spurs. And come on, you Spurs. See you later.
Come on, you Spurs.
I'm in usually white Spurs.